Good morning, everyone. So as per usual, we're going to be going through a nice Sunday morning stretch. I hope you're all well. It's been a little bit dreary today, a little bit dark out there. Let's put the lights on. It's not as sunny as it usually is this time in the morning in my front room. So, but yeah, it's been a bit windy. So they do say in yoga that when the wind is blowing outside, it can affect our balance even inside. So we will do a balance today. We'll see how we get on there. As always with any kind of yoga class, take your time, listen to your body. This is going to be a gentle class, as always. It's going to be totally suitable for complete beginners. But yeah, please do just make sure that you're totally aware of what's going on in your body and don't take any posture too far. We don't want to cause any injuries. Let's come to lie down on our backs to begin. If you have a couple of blocks, I want you to grab your blocks or a couple of cushions. You don't need them, but it might help. And we're going to come into reclined Baddha Konasana to start. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall out to the side. And your option one, if it doesn't feel too uncomfortable in the adductors and the groins, you could just stay here. Otherwise, let's put some blocks underneath your thighs just to provide a little bit of support for those legs. So when you're comfortable, just bring the shoulder blades under the back. You can bring the hands onto the abdomen or just by your side, whatever feels good for you. We'll close the eyes now. And we'll get settled in. Maybe you're still in your pajamas. Auntie Diane, you're watching. She told me that last week. I shouldn't have said that. She sometimes practices in her pajamas on a Sunday morning. It's all good. Okay, we're not getting too sweaty in this class. It's whatever you feel comfortable in. And as always, just taking a moment to notice how you feel this morning. And just letting go of any worries or anxieties from the week. Letting go of your to-do list for the week ahead. And just allowing the whole body to relax here. And just notice where your body connects to your mat. And can you allow your body to sink a little bit deeper? And bring your awareness to your breath. And just noticing the breath. Noticing the abdomen rising and falling. And when you're ready, we'll start to deepen the inhales. Bring them down into the abdomen. Just allow the abdomen to expand like a balloon. And can you feel the abdomen expand not only into the front of the body, but the sides of the body, the back? I'm looking for three-dimensional breathing. And draw that breath up the body into the chest. And again, can you find the length, the width, and the depth of the breath? Can you lengthen the inhales and lengthen the exhales? And I want you to focus on really drawing out the exhales to bring deep relaxation to your body, to your mind. So if you're inhaling for 3 counts, exhale for 6 counts. If you're inhaling for 4 counts, exhale for 8 counts. Simple breath meditation. If at any point your legs become uncomfortable in this position, you can always bring those knees back together. Make yourself comfortable or just straighten out the legs. And as you're working through this breath meditation, can you notice the pause at the top and the bottom of the breath? There are 4 parts to the breath. The inhale retention, the stillness at the top. The exhale, and the exhale retention, the stillness at the bottom. Can you really find that space between the breath? And keeping the focus on that breath. Let's just bring our hands to the outside of the thighs and slowly, slowly bringing those legs back together. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Maybe a little rock side to side. Massaging your lower back. Let's take the arms out to a T. And just rocking the knees over to the left. Inhale, bringing them back through center. And exhale over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the right. And keep doing this to the rhythm of your own breath now. And as you come back through the center, I want you to be aware of really focusing on pulling the lower back onto the mat. So draw those knees nice and close to the chest as you bring them through. You don't need to go too far over to the side, just to wherever feels comfortable in your body. And just waking up the core here. And just starting to lubricate the spine a little bit. And again, just beginning to move body with breath. And maybe drawing the knees a little bit deeper when you feel ready, when the body feels ready. And as you come back over to the left, I want you to lower the knees slowly, slowly to the mat. And drop the head over to the right. As we come into a nice spinal twist. Option to bring the left hand on top of the right knee, on the outside of the right knee. Just encourage that knee down if that feels nice in your spine. Maybe you can feel a nice stretch across the chest into that right shoulder. Releasing the knee. Inhale as you bring those legs back through center. And exhale, slowly with control, lowering the knees over to the right. And dropping the head over to the left. And again, maybe you're bringing the right hand on top of that left knee. Just to encourage those legs down and increase the twist in the spine. Maybe there's some pops and some clicks. It is the morning, so you're more likely to pop and click at the start of the day. And draw the head back through center. Draw the knees back to center and give yourself a squeeze. Let's take the hands underneath the thighs and let's start to rock forwards and backwards. So if your spine hasn't clicked, maybe it's going to click now as we start to massage the spine a little bit more. Maybe you hover on the sit bones before rolling back down again. And on your next rock, rocking up to seated. And let's come to a simple cross-legged position. And let's continue to warm up the spine here. Hands onto the knees. As we inhale, send the heart forward. See if you can find opening through the front of the body. Maybe the chin lifts if it feels okay, and the neck looking up. And as we exhale, rounding through the spine, the tailbone tucks under, the chin comes to the chest. Inhale, open through the front of the body. Again, the hips tip forward now as we lift the gaze. Find that length. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Chin comes to the chest. And continue to move now to the rhythm of your own breath. And again, try to allow the movement to start and finish with the breath. So it's nice and controlled. Maybe you're beginning to activate your Ujjayi breath now as you start to breathe with sound. And again, maybe because it's first thing in the morning, when that chin comes to the chest, you feel the tension through the back, through the neck. And inhale, coming back to a neutral spine. Let's bring the right hand onto the mat. That's inhale, left arm high. And as we exhale, a little bit of side flexion as we reach out to the right with that left hand. At the same time, you're actively trying to pull that left hip towards the mat. And just lower the head and just look down. And take some deep breaths into that left side of the body. So feeling those ribs expand with every inhale. And as always, not taking it too far. Inhale, we'll come back through center. And exhale over to the other side. And again, just look towards your mat. Nice and relaxed through the neck. Reach in through that right hand. Finding that stretch through the right side of the body. Inhale to come back through center. Plant the right hand behind you, left hand comes onto the knee, and then take a twist. Gaze in behind you or over the right shoulder. And as you're twisting away to try, imagine you're trying to pull the navel back to the top of the mat. As you encourage that right shoulder back and encourage the chest around. And that hopefully should send the stretch into the upper back, the upper thoracic spine a little bit here. And inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, taking it to the other side. And again, just working that navel back to the front. Really use the breath. Nice deep inhales into the upper back, in between the shoulder blades. And again, as you use that breath, maybe there's a pop, a click. And looking back to the front. Let's bring hands onto the mat. Let's come to a tabletop position. And as we come to our tabletop, as always, the knees are underneath the hips. The shoulders are over the wrists. And now is your chance to move however feels good in your body. So maybe you want to work into the wrists, just rocking forwards and backwards. Maybe you still feel a little bit of tension in the spine. Maybe it'll work through that tension. Maybe working through cat-cow. Or maybe working through a little bit more side flexion, drawing the shoulder to the hip. And switching to the other side. And there's always no right, no wrong. Just you exploring your inner space. And just noticing how the tension changes from day to day in your body. Yoga has a way of keeping our egos in check. One day when we feel we've mastered a posture, the next day it just goes. And being able to stay humble on your mat and just allow your body to be where it is in that moment on that day is what the yoga practice is all about. not clinging, accepting, and just having patience on your journey. Let's walk the feet back and walk the knees back. So the feet are at the back of the mat. We're going to come into puppy pose. That's going to have a nice stretch to the upper back. Again, a nice little back bend. If puppy pose is too much in your shoulders, you can always come into the variation, just that child's pose with the arms forward. Otherwise, we're going to keep the hips over the knees and just start to walk those hands forward. As you walk the hands forward, I want you to try to keep some strength through the arms. So don't just allow everything to go. Wrap the triceps under. Actively press into the hands. And then work the forehead towards the mat. Maybe if you're going well, if the back feels good, you're starting to work the chest towards the mat. And keep those breaths going nice and deep. Notice where you feel your tension. Again, if this is too intense, just come back to that child's pose. I'm going to stay here for about 30 seconds. Just really allow the shoulders and the upper back to release. See if you can relax into it, breathe into it. Just a couple more breaths here. And lifting the gaze and starting to walk those hands back towards you. We'll bring the knees forward and come back into that tabletop position. I'm going to in for a little twist. Let's inhale, take the right arm high. Exhale, thread the needle. So right hand comes underneath the left arm and bring the shoulder onto the mat. So stretching through that shoulder and having a little twist to the upper back here. Your option one is to keep the left hand by the face here. You can bring the left hand onto the lower back. Or if you're going well, maybe bring in the left hand all the way around onto that right thigh. And have a wiggle around. Just find this posture in your body. And then releasing that left hand back to the mat if you took a bind. Press into the mat with the left hand. Bring the right hand out. Inhale. Twist. And exhale. Right hand back to the mat. Same on the other side. Inhale. Raise the left arm. Exhale. Thread the needle. Left hand comes through. Plant the shoulder, the upper arm onto the mat. Left ear to the mat. And again, have a wiggle around. And of course, options to bring that right hand onto the lower back, all the way around onto that thigh. And then continue to breathe nice and deeply, controlling the breath, always, always. And again, if you took that right arm around, bring it back to the mat by your face. Press into that right hand, bring that left arm up, reach. And exhale, left hand back to the mat. Let's step the right foot back, go onto the board of the right foot, and press back through that right heel. It's waking up the right leg. And again, just check your hand position, make sure those shoulders are over the wrists, wrap the triceps under. Your option to stay here. If you're going well, drive that right foot into that, press that heel back, and we'll lift that left thigh into the body. So again, just waking up the core a little bit more here. Let's hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Drop that left knee back down. If you picked it up, right knee comes back to the mat, straighten the left leg. And stretch back through that left leg, feeling the stretch through the backs of the hamstrings, the core, the Achilles. And again, if you're going well, if you want to work a little bit into the core, really press that left foot down, round through the spine, and draw that right knee in. And we'll hold. For 3, for 2, and 1. Set that right knee down. If you lifted it, bring the left knee down. Let's tuck the toes under. Press back. So keep the toes tucked under. We're just going to press back here. Just wake up the soles of the feet a little bit. And then let's lift the bum up and find our downward facing dog. And again, your first downward dog. Pedal through the legs. Maybe twisting through the body. And there's always your chance to explore where your tension is this morning. So for me, certainly my mid upper back feels very tense today. My right hip, back of my right hip. So again, it's just your chance to have a look around. And let's walk the feet towards the hands. Let's keep the feet hips width apart. Inhale, we'll come into a halfway lift. Maybe your halfway lift is here. And exhale, forward fold. And again, bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground through the feet. Inhale as we make our way up. Let's reach those arms high. Let's take hold of the right wrist. Inhale, find length. And as we exhale, send the hips right as we pull on that right wrist to send the arms to the left. And again, just working through that side body. Just try to keep the chest nice and open to the top of your mat. Not that you're not allow the chest to fall here. Inhale, come back through center, switch the wrist, take hold of the left wrist, find that length, and exhale, hips go left, arms go right. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, release. Let's come back into our forward fold. Nice and easy. Soften the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, maybe you're here on the shins. This is your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Again, just loosening up the backs of the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And we're going to stay here. Subtle knee bend. Option to take your ragdoll. Take hold of the opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side if that feels good. If you're feeling quite open in the backs of the legs this morning, feel free to take hold of the big toes. And I want you to think of knitting your sit bones together. So find the muscles in your pelvic floor, find the glutes and pull them towards each other. At the same time, I want you to find the vacuum in your abdomen, your bandhas. So draw everything in. And releasing the arms. Let's roll up to standing. Nice and slow. Keep the breath going. And when we're there, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And as we exhale, let's step that left foot back. Drop the left knee to the mat, finding a low lunge. So have a wiggle around, just check that right knee is over the ankle. Bring the top of the foot onto the mat. If you feel that you're a little bit unbalanced in this posture, you can always keep those back toes tucked under. You can also use blocks either side of the body or chairs if you don't have blocks. Now we're just going to work through the front of the left hip. Let's plant the left hand and inhale, reach the right arm high. Little twist. Inhale and exhale. Bringing that right hand back down. Option to stay here. If this is good enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, we're going to come up. Bringing the hands onto that right knee. I want you to open through the chest a little bit more. So think of lifting the ribs away from the hips, and hopefully you already start to feel the stretch in that left hip deepen a little bit here. Hands onto that knee and press that right knee forward as you send the upper body back. If it's too intense, just stay with one of the previous postures. You can think of drawing the right hip back, sending the left hip forward and down. And releasing, bring hands to the mat. Let's straighten the right leg and come into a half split, stretching through the back of that right leg. And as always, if there's a knee bend, it doesn't matter as long as you feel that stretch. Option to flex that right ankle. And imagine you're trying to pull that right heel towards you. A little bit of friction on the mat underneath that heel. And you should feel a good stretch in the back of that leg. Keep the chest open. If you're going well, maybe you want to round down over that extended leg. And breathe into your tension. And coming back onto that right foot. If you came onto the heel, we'll tuck the back toes under. Bring the hands forward, step into that right foot. Now bring that left foot back underneath the hip. Inhale, find length through your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. And exhale, let's fold forward again. Inhale halfway. And exhale, step into that left foot and send that right foot back. Planting that right foot behind you and dropping the knee to the mat. I'm going to do the same on the left side. So the top of the foot can be on the mat or the toes tucked under, whatever feels nicer for you, whatever makes you feel more balanced. And let's just work through the front of the hip, chest nice and open. And again, we can use blocks if you're really tight in the hips. And this is all good. And again, if you're going well, maybe bringing the hands onto that left knee. And again, think of lifting the ribs away from the hips. And you'll feel that nice release through that right hip. Maybe you want to take it a little bit more into a back bend by pressing into that left thigh, opening up. Use whatever feels nice for you this morning. Every exhale, see if you can allow yourself to relax a bit more. Allow the hips to sink a little bit deeper. And releasing hands to the mat or to your blocks. And just begin to straighten through that left leg. And again, maybe you're flexing that left ankle. And again, just think about pulling that heel towards you. You should feel the skin move underneath your heel. So pull the heel towards you. And hopefully you feel that release. If it's too intense, back off. And again, maybe you're folding forward if you're going well. And as I said, just allow yourself to be wherever you're at. Just honor your body, honor its limitations. And releasing that left foot back to the mat. Let's tuck the back toes under, walk the hands forward, step into that left foot. And coming into a halfway lift, final length. And as you exhale, come into your forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. And exhale all the way back down. Inhale halfway. And exhale, plant the hands. Let's step the feet back to the backs of our mats and find our downward facing dog. Hopefully the legs feel a little bit more open now. Let's walk the hands towards the feet. Plant the right hand onto the mat. Inhale as you open up into a twist. Send that left arm high. Exhale, switch the hands. Left hand comes down, center of your mat. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, switch in. Inhale, lift in. Exhale, release. Into that forward fold again. I'm going to shake the head. Just check for any tension in the neck. Allow it to leave the body. Ground through your feet. Inhale as you come all the way up. And exhale, release. A little balance I'm going to do now. So let's bring our hands into Kali Mudra. So it's your James Bond gun. So the index fingers release, the rest of the fingers wrapped around, and the thumbs released as well. We're going to bring the arms above the head. So firstly, find that length through the spine. Send the shoulders back as much as you can. We'll step the right foot forward. And as we step forward into that foot, I want you to really spread your toes and really feel a connection between the ball of the foot as well and the mat. Make sure all four corners of that foot are connected to the mat. And then we're going to start to hinge forward. So starting to bring that left foot off the mat behind us. Little subtle knee bend. So as you're coming into your balance, it's always good to have a subtle knee bend first, and then you can work on straightening the leg. As you come forward, just check the body doesn't start to open up to the left. Keep the body, the upper body facing towards the mat as you make your way into this balance, and take it nice and slowly. If you make it down into the balance and we want the upper body to be parallel to the mat, that extended leg parallel to the mat, then you can start to work into the strength a bit more, into the alignment. So I'm reaching through those fingertips. Maybe you've got that back toe pointed. Maybe you're pressing through the heel. I'll stay here a couple more breaths if you can. A little bit of work for you this morning. Nothing too crazy. And slowly, with control, start to make your way back up. Use the strength through that right leg to come up. And step back to the back of the mat. Give the shoulders a shake. Take some deep breaths. That was a bit challenging for you. And have a go on the other side. As you come out of that posture, I want you to think about using the leg to come up first rather than planting that back foot down and then bringing the body up. Try to bring the body up as much as you can. So we want to try to keep the body and that extended leg in one line if we can. A little bit challenging. We'll have a go. Kali Mudra, like your James Bond gun. It's a really powerful mudra, this mudra. So to bring strength, clarity, bring out the warrior in a person. So hopefully you're feeling like a warrior this morning. And let's find that extension through the spine. So again, really pressing into your fists and pull the shoulders back. Just checking the neck is nice and long. And when you're ready, step that left foot forward now. Again, check that foot, look down. Oh, the toes spread. Oh, you're really pressing into that left foot. Little knee bend as we start to tip the weight into that foot and start to hinge. And again, keep pulling that left hip back, the right hip forward and down. And if you make it into the posture, or as far as you get, just work into that line again. So think of the energy running through the body from that extended foot all the way through into those fingertips. Looking around the body. Oh, the band is engaged. Is the navel in? Such a strengthening posture, this one. Stay here a couple more breaths if you can. And slowly, slowly, use that strength in that left leg to bring the body up. Planting that right foot back, stepping back with the left foot. Let's take an inhale, reach, and exhale. Let's make our way into a forward fold. Pedal through the legs. You get an option to move the upper body, however feels good. Let's walk our hands forward. Let's find a high plank. Or if it's too much in a high plank, find your half plank. Plant the knees, tuck the tailbone under, find strength through your core. Let's hold for 3. Press the hands down for 2. And 1, exhale. Coming onto your belly. Let's come onto the elbows. Let's find our sphinx. And again, try to relax the glutes. Relax the body here as much as you can. If there's any pinching in the lower back, move the elbows forward a little bit more. So we're not stressing the lower back. And I want you to think of drawing the shoulder blades down the back and towards each other. So towards each other and then down the back. Can you find the points at the bottom of the shoulder blades and press them forward? And again, think of your heart being a beacon of light. We don't want that to be pointing down. We want it to be pointing forward and out towards the world. We'll stay here a few more breaths. And release. Let's bring elbows onto the mat. Rest head on your arms. We're coming into a little quad stretch. So right arm onto the mat. I'm going to just bring the head onto the arm, bend the left knee, reach back, and just take hold of the foot. Just pulling the heel towards the buttock. If you can't get to the foot, you can use a strap, or if you haven't got a strap, just bend that left knee as much as you can. And just relaxing. And just being honest. If you're not feeling any work here, press the left hip forward into the mat a little bit more. And see if you can find the work in this posture. And slowly release the foot. Keep that foot in. And keep the heel in. You're going to use your hamstring strength now to hold that foot in. So this is your active flexibility. And the strength in the hamstring. Really working the strength through the hamstring. And let's hold for 5. Deep breathing. For 4, really try to pull that heel towards your buttock. For 3, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. For 2, and 1, slowly, slowly release that foot down. We're going to switch sides now. Left arm on the mat. Turn your head to face the other way. So get a nice neck stretch here at the same time. And again, bend the right knee. Use that active range first. Pull that foot as close as you can. Then reach back. Take the foot. Or again, you're using a strap. And don't forget about your breathing. We're not at the end of the class. So make sure you're still in control of your breath. And remember, as we practiced at the start, see if you can really lengthen the exhales now. And you find the work through the front of the thigh. We'll stay here a few more breaths. And again, release the foot. But now we're going to use the strength of the hamstring to hold the heel as close to the buttock as we can. For some people, this is going to be really intense. So then just breathe through it as best as you can. Let's hold for 5. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Pull the heel in. For 4. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly, slowly release that foot down. Let's bring the hands by the chest. Let's tuck toes under, send hips back and up. Find that downward facing dog. Stretch out the backs of the legs. Now we'll drop knees to the mat. Making our way to seated. However you want to make your way, cross the legs over. Sit back over the feet or just swing the legs around as you come to your seat. Let's bring the right leg in front of the left. And again, if you struggle to sit in a comfortable seated position, sit on a cushion or a block. So right leg in front of left. If you're feeling quite open in the hips this morning, feel free to take your double pigeon, stacking the right leg on top of the left. Using blocks or bolsters if you've got a little gap like me here. If it's too much, too intense, just return back to the variation with the right leg just in front of the left. Let's keep some tension through the ankle, so press through the balls of the feet. And let's start to move the heart forward as we have a nice little hip stretch here. And again, always thinking about that beacon of light coming out from your heart, not allowing the chest to collapse, to curl up. Posture, very important. This is a posture of fear. This is a posture of love, of light, of acceptance, compassion. And we're trying to maintain that through our yoga practice. How we hold ourselves in our daily lives is a feedback loop to our brains. We can really decide how we think about ourselves as well, change how we think about ourselves. Unconfident people, scared people, very round-shouldered, curled up. And confident people, very open through the heart. And so if you want to be more confident, work on your posture. And it goes both ways. Brain, body, body, brain. And take an inhale, coming back upright. If you lean forward slightly, let's switch the legs. So left leg in front of right leg now, or again, you're coming into that double pigeon. And again, try to keep a little bit of flexion through the ankles, press through the balls of the feet. And you should hopefully feel a little bit more of a stretch in the leg that's on top. So the left hip will be stretching a little bit more in this posture than the right. And please take the variation leg in front if double pigeon is just too much for you. And again, think about the posture, use the breath, scan the body for tension, soften the face, soften the shoulders. Stay here a few more breaths. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, release the legs. And take them out in front of you. Maybe we're going to give them a little shake. Bring the heels as wide as your mat. Now we're going to make our way down to our final posture this morning, our Shavasana. See if you can do it with control. So tuck your tailbone under, find that core strength, draw the navel in, and make your way down into your corpse pose. Take hold of a blanket or a jumper if you have one close by. And taking up space with the arms. And those shoulder blades are under the back. The eyes are closed. Releasing your Ujjayi breath. And bring your awareness to your heart center. I want you to imagine a glowing white light in the center of your body and spreading out from your heart. With every inhale, that white light grows in intensity, strength. Spreads out through the body. And as always, your option to stay in your Shavasana. Just allow your body to be still for as long as you need. Otherwise, let's start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Let's deepen the breath a little bit more. And bring the feet, the legs together. Take the arms overhead. And let's find a full body stretch. Let's draw knees into the chest. And give yourself a cuddle. And just offer complete love to yourself right now. Complete acceptance. I want you to think about one thing about yourself that has caused you some stress in your life. Maybe it's a part of your body that you feel is inadequate. And I want you to show complete compassion and total love for that part of your body and part of you. Because sometimes, in order to be who we are, we need those imperfections. We should honor them and have gratitude for our differences, but knowing that fundamentally we are all the same. Let's rock to our right hand side. And blinking the eyes open, joining me in a comfortable seat. Or again, stay in your Shavasana. And we'll bring our hands into Anjali Mudra at our heart center. And taking an inhale. Exhale. Inhale for all. Bhurvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimai Dhyo Yona Prachodayat. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hare Om. Bring our hands to our heads for kindness in our thoughts, to ourselves first and foremost, and to others. To our hearts for kindness in our actions, and to our lips for kindness in our words. From my heart to your heart, always. Namaste. And thank you for practicing with me. I hope you all feel a little bit more open in your body, calmer in your mind. The sun has come out. It has made an appearance. I hear tomorrow the weather's going to be lovely. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Or if you're watching this after the live, have a wonderful day. Yeah, I hope you're all well. As always, please like the video. If you liked the video, please share the video if you know anybody else that would be interested in my classes, or share my channel. Please make a small donation if you are financially able to do so. The link to my PayPal is always in the description of my video. So just click on another video and you'll see the link. Of course, no obligation to make a donation if you can't afford it, and just please enjoy the classes, and I hope you get some peace from my classes and some clarity in your daily life. Wonderful, Katrina, you found it. It happened. Yeah, some people were saying that when they come onto live, Katrina's one of the it just wouldn't happen. So I've said if you come onto the live class and for whatever reason it doesn't show, refresh the page, and then hopefully you get me. I know a few people have said that they've had issues. I don't know what happened. Technology. This is why I keep everything simple. It's just my webcam on my laptop because I struggle with technology myself. So keep things simple. But yeah, if you refresh, then hopefully you get me. And I'm glad you came this morning, Katrina. It's wonderful. So yeah, enjoy your Sunday, everyone. And I shall see you tomorrow for Vinyasa Flow in the evening if you're joining me. 50 videos now, 51 or 50 videos now on my channel for you to explore. So please go and enjoy my videos, explore the different styles there, different classes, and I shall see some of you in the week. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Stay safe, stay sane.